Despite years of preparation and Governor Ige saying the Kahuku Wind Farm project has the right to proceed, the project still faces some legal hurdles that are under review. Gina Mangieri is always investigating and has details. Gina?
Well, we found several cases that are still not resolved. These are things that could delay or disrupt the wind farm's legal rights to proceed. Opponents say all of this should be dealt with before construction starts.
The Intermediate Court of Appeals is reviewing whether a key component of the windmill project's environmental review is adequate. The challenge by Keep the North Shore Country is likely to carry on in court well into next year.
Should we prevail, then these guys might not be able to operate. They may not be able to operate until they go back and redo their habitat conservation plan, and that will take some time to do.
Windmills around the world have to deal with risks to birds and bats, and Hawaii is no different. Environmental impact statements for all wind farms statewide estimate at the start how many of a species, especially the native Hawaiian hoary bat, may fall victim to what they call take, EIS speak for killed by a wind turbine. Other Hawaii wind farms have had to go back after operation and increase their bat take counts because far more are dying than initially thought. Napua Makani will have the tallest winged turbines in the nation.
They have said that they will have less or minimal impact on their take of the endangered hopeapea. We believe they haven't properly studied that, and we believe the court will appropriately send it back for additional work and more measures to protect the animal.
Separately, there's a challenge pending at the Public Utilities Commission. Life of the Land petitioned the agency to declare that the windmill company should not have been granted a power purchase agreement years ago on the basis that Napua Makani did not obtain an incidental take permit within the time frame allowed by the agreement. Life of the Land's attorney told me they are deeply concerned that some energy developers are making representations to the commission to get approval, and then, once approval is gotten, do something else. Recent video of developers using explosives at the site has been brought to the attention of the State Historic Preservation Division.
They're not aware that the archaeological monitoring plan envisioned explosives. Obviously, if you're using dynamite, you might disturb Iwi Kupuna, or archaeological sites. So there's a very real concern that they might have skipped this important permitting process.
Opponents also allege historic bridges are at risk from the heavy loads being transported to the site, something that has been brought to the attention of the Department of Transportation and the DLNR. Keep the North Shore Country's attorney says the Board of Land and Natural Resources hasn't reviewed or approved risky use of the bridges and that moving massive loads on them could lead to litigation.
Well, Napua Makani has not yet granted an interview on all of this for us. DLNR declined to comment on pending litigation, but they said they are aware of the explosives complaint. They have not yet pursued the issue further. The state DOT tells me they're monitoring those bridges, and the Public Utilities Commission chairman tells me he intends to hold a hearing on the power purchase challenge. The state attorney general spokesperson told me that as for that appeals court case, their position is the lower court's decision was right, which found the windmill company's habitat plan sufficient. Back to you.